All right, same deal as yesterday. Just sitting down, immediately starting the show. No plan. On paper, that is. But I do have a few things I want to talk about. So this is episode 82, the bq.POV daily podcast show, where I document the journey through Live Hard, through business, through starting my first business, through doing hard shit, and now, I guess, through this new thing I'm doing, which is the program I created myself, just for myself. No intent at the moment to make that for everybody else, because it's, whatever. It's called Year 95. That's what I'm calling it. Basically just a bunch of tasks I got to do every single day and execute at a 95 percentile for the year. Meaning I can only fail 18 days for the whole year. Which, if you think about it, if you do 75 hard 4 times, or I guess technically 5 times, that's only failing 5 days. For 4 days, I guess, technically. So, but that's back-to-back, so that's rough. And I know it's not intended to be completed that way. I mean, I guess for the average person, or even the above it, I don't know. But the idea is 95 percentile, and if I get lower than that, I get lower. If I get higher, then obviously that's the goal. But I'm not striving for 100%. I ration that that's perfection, and of course that's great, but I'm not trying to kill myself or miss out on certain things because I need to take an ice bath or something like that. Certain things are more important, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. That's the point of the show. Along with that, the first 100 episodes are for me only. It's for me to get more comfortable with the whole podcast thing, with talking to someone out there, to get better at communicating my thoughts. It's to get better at articulating my words. It's to stop saying and like. It's just to become a better communicator. However, I have realized that the more I talk with people in real life, the more I realize that I need more people or conversation in my life that kind of challenges what I think. Not in a super extreme way, but more like if I say something like, oh man, I think growth is important. I think blah, blah, blah because this. And someone says, why? It's all it takes for me to be like, well, it is. So, and that's not, that's not exactly what I want. I want to be able to defend every single thing that I say, or say in a way that has so much conviction, like I've said so many times on the show already, that it doesn't need explaining. My first explanation was enough. So, but we're a work in progress. I don't think I'll ever reach a certain point or a certain level of perfection with speech and communication and whatever, because I've always struggled with that. I've always told myself I've struggled with that. And so part of me thinks that it's just, I'm in my own way. I mean, we all perceive ourselves as some way or another. And perhaps this is just my self-image and something that I'm going to have to work to change. And perhaps the fact that I have now become aware of that by vocalizing it here, maybe we can begin to change it. So first step in solving a problem is realizing there is one, right? So anyway, just pulled over to the side of the road. I wanted to go home and park in my house and not be kind of in public and recording a show, but call it super minuscule and tiny. But I was like, you know what? We're going to challenge myself. We're going to go park in the middle of the road here. Well, it's not really in the middle of the road. It's kind of in a park, kind of. And we're just parked on the side of the road, just talking. Hopefully my Bluetooth is off. Yep, it is. So I don't know if you heard in maybe 20 episodes ago, started talking, recording everything while my Bluetooth was on in my car. And it just fucks it up. It sounds like dog shit. It sounds like my phone is packed under a barricade of snow and there's blankets all over it, but there's tiny little holes so you can hear the echo, but then there's static. It sounds so shit. So anyway, first thing I wanted to mention was the fact that simply by being over here in this new area here, just by parking in the side of the road here, this is where I did virtually all my outdoor workouts for 75 hard. I always walked this road. I always walked around this block with my weighted vest on or running or whatever. And it's almost a nostalgic feeling knowing that this is where it happened. This is where I did all my virtually all my outdoor workouts. If I did 75 outdoor workouts, then I don't know, I'll say 60 of them were over here. So that's pretty sweet, man. I'm over here, as people like to say, they're stomping grounds. And it feels cool because there's so much that happened in this parking lot, in this road, on this, on this street, everything. It's cool. And it got me thinking as I pulled in here, you know, I appreciate all of this. I am thankful that I have this. This is where it happened, and it's cool to be back here. And it's literally, a fifth of a mile. No, not even. I don't know what I was trying to say. 20th is what I meant. 20th of a mile, 1,000 feet away from my house, if that. So, I mean, I'm not that far. I drive this road when I go to FedEx. But it's just cool, man. It's cool to be back here where I did all this shit. And it's got me thinking about how we're supposed to stop and smell the roses, how we're supposed to stop and look at the view. We're supposed to appreciate the journey. All that cheesy shit, right? But it's so true, man. And I had to stop back in, technically 3 years ago now. Before I moved to St. George, I took a trip with some friends down to Zion's National Park. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a beautiful place. And we hiked the Narrows, which is a beautiful hike. You hike through very narrow canyons that are filled with water. It's immaculate. It's so breathtaking. But the thing was, you're so focused on hiking the thing and not eating shit and drowning, right? Because the water was up to our waist at some points, and even up to our necks, and others which we tried to avoid. That we were so focused on the ground and not falling. We were staring at the rocks and watching our feet, making sure our footing was good so we didn't fall. That for me personally, I didn't stop and look around at where I was at and the walls and the sun hitting the rock, whatever. I just and I realized that halfway through. I thought, damn, dude, I'm just staring at the ground the whole time. This is, this is my backyard. I can just walk around, stare at the ground. So I think I realized, that was the first time I realized, or even pieced it together, that I need to stop, look around, appreciate what's around me, because before you know it's going to be gone. And that was the first go-around of that. And there's previous instances in my life where I realized that things aren't going to last forever. And I think I've shared that before. When I lived in Orem, when I was going to school at Utah Valley University, I had some really funny-ass roommates. We did a lot of stupid shit. No drugs or alcohol involved at all, for real. We just really wholesome, clean fun, played Monopoly, stomping on the floor, made our neighbors mad, just dinged up, stupid shit like that, dude. And then it ended. One roommate got on drugs, and that was the end of him. He didn't die, but he just, physically he wasn't there. Physically he was there, mentally, emotionally, everything else. He was somewhere else, and it sucked because he was funny. But, nothing lasts forever, and I quickly realized that after that happened, I moved away back home again, and I thought, damn, dude, just like that, it's over, huh? And so from that point forward, I realized nothing lasts forever, and I need to appreciate where I'm at, what I'm doing, because sooner or later, that shit's going to end. And then another example I have of that is when I moved to St. George, and right before I moved from St. George to Arizona, I had a list. I put a list of every person I could think of that I interacted with, that I socialized with, everything in regards to FedEx. So all my coworkers, all the people that I saw en route, all the business people that I would deliver to, at certain shops, whatever. Wrote a list of, so I put, for example, Bob at the tire shop, weird belt. I don't know, some stupid shit. And I'm glad I did that, because now I can reflect and look back, and just all it takes is to read that one name and the description, and it takes me back, so it's a great little exercise if you're not wanting to forget certain things. And it's a little time consuming to sit there and try to think of every single person that you've interacted with in certain contexts, but it's nice to be able to look back and see that shit. And the way that I'm connecting the dots with that is I'm sitting here on the side of the road, and this is where I did all my 75 hard outdoor workouts. Not talking about live hard. Live hard, I forced myself to do a different route every single day. I didn't do the same route twice. Even if that meant going around the block 3 times, and then instead of going left at the very end, I went right. So I could do that, and it had to be a different route, even if it only meant, half a mile was different. So, but anyway, that's what I did, and it's cool, man. It's, I look back, and it's a good time in my life, walking out here with my thoughts, exercising. It's where a lot of things were birthed, man. Literally this road that I'm on right now. A lot of ideas were born here. A lot of, this is where I recorded, let's see, where is it? I can't see it up right here, but it's whatever episode, the flashback, I think it's 61 or something, where I recorded my very first ever 75 hard episode. It was on this road right here. So a lot of shit was born on this road, so it's pretty cool. For the sake of keeping my family safe and me safe, for all the weird fucks out there, I'm not going to give the address, but it is in Utah, so one of the roads in Utah. Narrows it down quite a bit, huh? So anyway, just cool, man. Feels good to be... I completed 75 hard. I made it. Now we're on to phase 2 here in a couple weeks, 3 weeks or so. As a matter of fact, let's check. 75 hard phase 2 starts in 13 days, dude. So I don't have to start it in 13 days, but that's when I can start it. There has to be a 30-day break. And it's also pretty sweet to think that I'm doing pretty much everything on the program anyway. I'm reading, I'm drinking the plain water, a plain gallon of water. The only thing that's different is my diet isn't absolutely strict from any junk or bullshit or anything like that. I had some chocolate this morning. You know, I just bought I just bought crumble cookies. And I'm not a huge sweets guy. I'm more of a baked goods. Well, I guess that's sweets, huh? Well, what I mean is like candy and cookies and shit like that, even though I just said... Okay, I'm contradicting myself. I like baked goods. I'm a sucker for that shit. But if it's too sweet, I'm kind of out. But I bought a 12-pack of crumble cookies for I bought 12 cookies for $35, dude. And they wanted me to tip 25%, bro? What? No. Bro, here's the thing with tipping, dude. I ordered these cookies. So I expect these cookies. Nothing more, nothing less. How would I know if you went above and beyond or that you did a great job? Dude, if they look like what I ordered, that's what I ordered. That's your job, to make the cookies the way that I ordered them or whatever it is. So why would I tip? I wasn't even there to see the service. You doing the cookies for me is the job, period, anyway. You know? So that's just what I think about that, dude. So many places are just so tip hungry, dude. You can fuck right off. If you provide an over-the-top service, if you're my waitress or waiter at I almost said grocery store. What the fuck? At a laundry... What the... Almost said laundromat, bro. At a restaurant. God damn. If you're my waiter at a laundromat, bro. If you're my waiter at a restaurant or my waitress, and you just take my order and give me my food and that's it, then I mean you did your job. But if you're over the top with the water, you're making sure I'm enjoying my food, you give great suggestions, you know, you're very friendly, you're very nice, you give me a compliment, whatever the fuck, just some, call it cheesy, ingenuine, whatever, then yeah, dude, you did a great job. You earned the tip, and that's what I think. Have I ever had a job where tips are a thing? No. So before anyone says, you don't know what it's like to lose, I don't. But, you know, that's what a tip is, dude. You did great. Over-the-top service. You went beyond what's expected. I want to pay you for that because you're not getting paid to do that from your current employer, from your current job. So therefore, the tip comes from your exceptional service. That's not on the... For example, on the resume, it might say, flip burgers, serve fries. It doesn't anywhere say to sing happy birthday to the customer, or it doesn't say to, you know, make a big deal or compliment them or make them feel great or engage in, you know, crazy conversation or, you know, give them extra food or whatever the fuck. It doesn't say that, dude. So that's where the tip comes in, I think. Haven't put a lot of thought into that, so if there's a lot of holes in that, you know, idea and stance, it's all good. Don't give a fuck. It's just what I think right now. So I'll go around the topic, dude. I have a lot of, I don't know, you call them stances, just beliefs, and I don't care enough about certain things to even develop an opinion. A lot of people think they need opinions about everything, you know, and I don't give a fuck about a lot, dude. So when someone's like, oh, this is this way, then I say, oh yeah, nice. You know, I just don't give a fuck, dude. Or even when I have my own opinion, I don't give a fuck enough with certain things to develop a full bulletproof opinion about something and be all the way one way. I mean, there's so much back and forth, and I think it should be that way, dude. Blanket statements are, you know, few and far between. There's so many things that, yeah, I don't know, dude. There's just so many things that don't add up, I guess, and make sense. Like if I said Mazdas are the best car, I mean, that's just such a... Yeah, they are the best car because that's all I've owned. So I don't know any different. So yeah, they're the best car. That's the best car I've owned. Oh, what about this? Okay, well, that's true. I don't know. Maybe they do suck on this. I don't know. I don't give a shit, bro. Oh, you said this, though, and actually Hondas are better. Actually, Lamborghini has, but, you know. Nice, dude. Thanks for teaching me some shit. I don't give a fuck, you know. And I don't mean that in a... I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. It's more like I don't care if my opinion right now is fully developed and is bulletproof and has all the holes patched and I'm right and there's no way I don't give a fuck, bro. I mean, I think that blocks you off to learning, so... And there's no growth in, you know, if you knew everything, how could you grow? You know, if you rated yourself a 10 out of 10 on a scale, you're saying that you're perfect and there's no room for improvement. And I just don't think that anybody can rate themselves a 10. You know, and I don't know. By saying you're a 10, you're saying you're perfect. And if you're perfect, there's no room for improvement. There's nothing to improve on. Perfect, you know, perfection is perfection. So to say that you're a 10, you're just shutting yourself off to all growth, to all learning, to all everything because you're already maxed out. You know, it's just, I don't think anybody can really, I don't know, man. It's just something I think. But anyway, one more thing I'm going to talk about and then I'm going to head home is, so I'm doing the power list, right? And I totally forgot that I was doing the time chunk thing as opposed to the 5 tasks. And yesterday I wrote 5 tasks. I did get them done though, but they were short things. And I think I talked about it yesterday, so go ahead and listen to episode 81, hear about that. But kind of did the same thing today, 5 tasks, except I only have 3 written down. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of getting, I wouldn't say discouraged, but here's the thing. So a lot of what I need to do is not something that can be done in just, you know, I have 2 hours during the week, each day during the week to execute on the power list. And there's a lot of things that I need to get done that are going to take a lot longer than that. For example, to be legal and all the shit, I haven't even looked into a lot of the stuff, but for the first step, right? One of the first steps is to get legal with business, get my LLC, get a business license, whatever the fuck I got to do. I haven't even looked into that stuff. I can't just look that up in 10 minutes, pay for it, be good, and know everything I need to know. There's a lot of research that goes into that. There's a lot of things I have no clue about, you know, and that's just one thing. So let's say I do that in 30 minutes. I get my LLC, I'm all ready to go, paid, I got all my licensing, whatever the fuck I don't even know, dude. So that's how ignorant I am now. I don't know. I'll say I get all that done. Well, now, after that, dude, I need to make a website. And that website can't be completed in 5 minutes, you know, or 10 minutes, or even half hour. I want to make it look nice. I want it to look the way that I want it to look and feel. I want it to have the features that I want it to have and nothing that I don't. And obviously I could pay someone to do that for me, but I'm kind of taking a lot of pride in doing it all myself to start, because that allows me in the future to know that it all began with me. Every single thing that began or was born was from me. And then from there, I can delegate this or that to this person or that person. Get a video guy or video girl for this, for that, whatever. Get a website developer for this, for that. Get a graphic design person for this. You understand what I'm saying? And is that going to slow me down? Yeah, probably, dude. Doing everything myself to start. I mean, and I don't mean everything. I mean everything. All the photos, all the product designs, all the label making, all the formulations, all the marketing, all the social media posts, all the branding, all the emails, all the business shit, all the taxes, all the finances. It's all me, And I always thought that was bullshit. You needed to master whatever hat you're going to wear before you could start delegating that, because in the context of fitness coaching and running a business that way, there's so many things I wanted to just have somebody else do, but I didn't really even know how to do it. So how could I expect somebody else to do it a certain way if I wasn't willing to do it, let alone do it a specific way? And so that's definitely one of my philosophies I think is being developed as we speak, is never will I ever ask someone to do something that I can't do or I'm not willing to do myself. So everything that I'm doing, anything that I'm willing to ask of someone else is something that I have already done or I'm willing to do or have done over and over or feel confident to do, whatever. But I think, saying that out loud, I don't think I'm going to ask anybody to do anything that I haven't done. I guess in regards to business and getting the shit off the ground. So I don't know, man. That's just kind of my thoughts, and you can poke holes in that all you want. Don't give a fuck. Just share my thoughts. So a lot is to come, right? A lot is to be developed. A lot is to be figured out. So anyway, like I was saying, there's a whole lot of shit I need to do that I just can't do 5 of those in one day with what I've got now. So, and then in my head, I'm like, damn, dude, I'm 8 months out from launching actual business. So why would I get a website now and then pay all that money on a monthly basis now? Why would I, So there's a lot of things I'm just not sure about the timing, But the samples, I'd rather get that sooner than later so I can start perfecting the product. So I don't know, man. There's just a whole lot of shit that I want to get going on, but it's hard to commit to those 5 tasks for the whole ass day. So just have to work on it a little bit here and there, and maybe we'll I don't know, man. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality, right? And so maybe that's where I'm getting caught up. We got Andy for sale, his power list. It's 5 critical tasks per day, but I only have 2 hours per day to get that shit done. And that really is all I have. So just to reiterate here, I wake up at 2 a.m. Wake up, read, stretch, do gratitudes, hop in the ice bath, shower, brush teeth, floss, all that shit, get dressed, dry off, whatever, get smelling good, comb my hair, pack my lunch, pack my gym clothes, pack my shoes, all that shit. Drive half hour to work, go to work for 10 hours, come home, or go directly to the gym, work out for an hour. And then by that time, it's about now, which I actually went to the gym earlier today, so fast forward an hour or so. Got new tires on my car, dude, hell yeah. And then by that time, it's 4:30-ish when I walk in my door. And then if I'm going to bed, literally sleeping at 7, I want to get ready for bed at 6:30, so that gives me from 4:30 to 6:30 to execute on my power list. And that's everything that I just said. There's no including time for eating or socializing with friends or family or anything. It's strictly business and personal development. And is that balanced? No, not at all. And it's all good because that's what I desire at the moment. And am I going to regret it later? Who knows, bro? But that's what we're doing now. And a lot of people aren't willing to do this. I also take pride in that. A lot of people aren't willing to wake up. Never mind anything I'm doing. No, virtually no one's willing to wake up at 2. And then immediately start reading. Or then take an ice bath, So I feel like the discipline is being developed extremely quickly. I mean, 6 months ago, I was living in Colorado. I hadn't hit the gym in 2 years, pretty much. Was eating nothing but shit, not exercising, only working. Didn't do anything to better myself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Anything, dude. Wasn't doing shit. I was just going to work, coming home, eating Chipotle, which is probably the best thing I did, And Chipotle's cheap, dude, by the way. If you think it's expensive, I think you look at shit wrong. You're adding all the extra meats and the guac and the chips, You get a whole-ass chicken bowl with extra lettuce, extra pico, extra beans, extra rice, extra sour cream, extra veggies, extra everything for less than $10. That's cheap as fuck, dude. Anyway, fuck was I saying? So my discipline, resilience, all that shit is being developed extremely quick, and I'm very proud of that, The ice bath is getting easier and easier, but with that being said, it's now much harder because I'm doing that pretty much first thing in the morning. Within an hour of me waking up in the morning, I'm in the ice bath. And I was listening to more of Andrew Huberman's shit, and not shit, it's really great stuff, but I was listening to more of his podcasts about deliberate cold exposure. And apparently, and I missed this, I can't believe I missed this, but apparently shivering is great. That's what you want to achieve. If you're not shivering, a quick way to do that is to get out of the ice bath. Stand there for a minute, let the water evaporate a little bit, and you start shivering, because I guess that activates the release or the, I'm not sure what the verb is there, of brown fat. And brown fat, different from the blubbery fat that a lot of people want to get rid of, is something, I'm not even going to say it because I don't know off the top of my head. But I listened to it 4 different times. So I have to listen to it a 5th time so we can get that comprehension down. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is my stutter is flawless. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is my discipline is being developed at such a rapid pace. And to think that 6 months ago I was a whole lot of shit in a stack, versus to where I am now. It's very cool. It's a very great feeling. So it makes me excited for what's to come in the next 6 months. And to think that that only took 180 days, even less than that, you know, it's a great feeling. So I'll never go back. I'm never going to give up. Yeah, man, I'm just stoked for what's to come. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, a lot of hard lessons to be learned, a lot of journey to embark on, a lot of new adventures. I'm just excited for every single one of them, dude. So anyway, guys, that's the show. I'm going to go ahead and put my seatbelt on and get the fuck out of here. I'm going to go eat some cookies and take a piss because I need to go potty. But anyway, guys, that's the show. That's episode 82 of the bq.POV Did the Podcast show. And so with that being said, we got 18 more to go. We're at episode 100, and then we'll see what happens after that. But anyway, that's the show. Appreciate you guys listening. I'll see you guys tomorrow.